So where's Kawhi Leonard going? How about up your ass?
But what's your prediction?
My answer is the Los Angeles Lakers.
Thanks for watching Numbskull News. If it's one thing the Kawhi Leonard Odyssey has taught us is that sports journalism is just about as full of shit as any other kind of journalism. It's fake news. Sure, you get a little bit of truth to it, but well, you're going to see what I mean.
Now, it's not 100%. It's not a done deal.
It is wishful thinking,
but
but
I'm
it's
going to
okay.
leave a little space for the Raptors and very little for the Clippers, but a little.
See, this is one of the problems, you know. These guys don't know. They don't really know what the hell's going on. They're guessing as much as anybody else. Sure, they can claim to, you know, well, I got sources. Yeah.
I believe he'll end up with the Lakers. They're his first choice. Now, the Clippers, I'm told there's the concern on Kawhi's part of who's the second guy. Like, is there enough? But remember this, though, about the Clippers. Kawhi could have easily said weeks ago, well, not weeks ago, but as soon as the finals are over, I want to go there, talk to the Clippers. I want to go there, get me Kemba. Get me a second guy, whether it's Kemba, whether it's Jimmy Butler, Al Horford. The Clippers would have made it happen. So that tells you the preference has been the Lakers. He grew up a Laker fan.
He did.
Now, during the time that this is being recorded, Kawhi Leonard is doing exactly what Chris Broussard said he could have done. He's going to the Clippers. That was obviously his first choice. He needed a second guy, and he chose Paul George. You know, he talked to him, talked to the Clippers, and if you paid attention, he stretched it out for that whole week, Kawhi did, in order to give the Clippers time to set everything up. And of course, Broussard, being a huge LeBron fan that he is, wanted Kawhi to go to the Lakers so that he could see his man LeBron get another championship. Well, that just went to hell.
If this happens, there are going to be two people they should thank, the Lakers and all of L.A., Magic Johnson and LeBron James. And by way of LeBron, kind of clutch, but Magic Johnson and LeBron James. That's who's orchestrating this whole thing. Real talk.
Real talk. It didn't happen. Nope. And you can see right there, you know, he's a LeBron fan. It's that kind of prognostication. I understand that's kind of sports journalism today. You know, it's clickbait stuff. You got to get people to tune in. And this is what Broussard does. You know, he'll give you some truth that he knows. You know, he does hear things from time to time. I'm not trying to just overly kill Mr. Broussard. But, you know, he'll hear some things. Here's some factual stuff. But how much is he stretching, you know? Kind of always stretching that truth. Where he's not lying, but he's, you know, he didn't hear this stuff from Kawhi Leonard. He heard it through voices out there, whoever the hell that is. It's not all about Chris Broussard. There are others. there are a plethora of people out there who were talking mad shit about this story and had no idea what they were talking about.
So, as you just saw, Kawhi Leonard is in Toronto. What I'm 99% hearing is that Kawhi Leonard will be returning to Toronto and signing a 2-year contract. He just completed his 8th season. That's going to put him at 10 years. That puts him in position to get the largest available maximum deal.
Well, as you just heard, Jalen Rose, or Rosadamus, or whatever the hell they were calling this guy, what he just said right there, it made news. Not just on social media and Twitter and things, but ESPN ran with that like a legit news story. You know, and you saw crawls on FS1. And look, I'm going to excuse talk radio, sports talk radio, because, you know, they got like 2-3 hours to fill. They're just commentating. For the most part, guys like Shannon Sharp or Skip Bayless, Max Kellerman, you know, Stephen A. Smith most of the time, or a guy like Michael Greenberg, they're just commentating on what they're hearing. All right. But this guy claims to be hearing that he's going to go to Toronto or go back to Toronto for a 2-year deal. After you hear the fallout, it drives you kind of crazy. You're like, what? All you people are full of crap. And look, everyone's giving Jalen Rose all this credence because why? Because a year and a half ago, he happened to guess right on something. You know, he said Kawhi wasn't going back to the Spurs. Okay, well, sun shines on a dog's ass some days, and it doesn't mean it's every day. You would think it'd happen more often than a year and a half.
And so again, this is what you're hearing from people close to the situation.
And if you notice, I've never vacillated because these are the same people that I've been talking to the entire time. And when you hear the reports, especially when you do what we do, it's easy to kind of get off of your square, but I've been consistent. And if you know me, I like to measure twice and cut once. I just dropped the mic.
Okay, very good. I don't know what that means, but I like it very much.
It doesn't get much cornier than that, folks. That's one of the reasons I kind of stopped watching ESPN. It just got stupid. It just got stupid. He measured twice and cut once. That's kind of a carpentry thing. And if that's the case, boy, that's one unlevel freaking house or whatever the hell you're building. And that's what I'm talking about. Oh, I talk to people. I have my sources. He's an ex-basketball player. He knows a few people because he played for years in the NBA. Apparently, people are filling you full of crap. And he's over here acting like, look at me, I'm Adrian Wojnarowski, practically, or how the hell you say his name. You know, I'm sorry. You know, you're not a real journalist, Jalen Rose. You're just a jackass. You're a talking head.
And no, I'm not wearing these sunglasses because I've been crying all weekend. It's bright out here in LA, especially for the Clippers and their fans. What a season they're in for. I can't wait to watch. But I'm catching a lot of hate because on Thursday morning I said the Clippers were out. I own it. It obviously was wrong. But at that point in time, the Clippers were essentially out. They weren't getting Kawhi Leonard without a second star, and they knew it. Even members of Kawhi's small camp didn't think the Clippers were pulling this off.
Well, at least Broussard tried to go on social media, try to give an explanation, try maybe to apologize for being a little full of crap. Of course, he's got to play the character. He's got to be, you know, something that he's clearly not. He's not really that cool of a guy, but he's got at least, you know, you're embarrassed. You know, you ever fall down and then you get up and you're like, well, what? You know, I meant to fall. You know, that's what he's doing right there. And as far as the BS explanation, like, well, the Clippers didn't even know. Well, of course they didn't know. The day one, when, hey, when Kawhi told him, hey, I'm going to try to get Paul George to ask for a trade here, make it work. I mean, yeah, they didn't know right away. I mean, if Kawhi's camp really didn't know, like, I don't think they could pull this off, he'd be a Laker right now. But he's not. And they gave them damn near a week to get this thing sorted out. And what happened? They got it done. So then he signs. You know, don't sit there and act like, well, they were out. No, I mean, that's what Chris Broussard did, right? Basically came out and said, look, the Clippers are completely out. It's a 2-team race to get Kawhi. Wrong. He got fed bad information. Then, of course, he comes on TV, makes big news just like Jalen did. And that's all it's about, right? It's like I said, it's about getting the clicks, getting the views, getting people to watch your crap, right? That's why FS1 pays Chris Broussard. That's why ESPN pays Jalen Rose. Not to be right, just to provide a story and talking points for all the rest of their shows to be able to talk about.
But props to Steve Ballmer. Props, of course, to Jerry West. The logo strikes again. Doc Rivers, Lawrence Frank, Michael Winger. The Clippers did a phenomenal job. As for me, I can handle the barbs, the disses, the criticisms. I make my living now as a critic. If I dish it, I got to be able to take it. So all my supporters and all my haters, it's all good. Continue to catch me on FS1 this week, and we will break it all the way down.
And like a good employee, he turns it into a commercial, right? Commercial for FS1. And he doesn't really take the full brunt of, I screwed up, guys. Doesn't really do that. He just talks about, hey, I'm taking the barbs, I'm taking the criticism, and I'm a critic. No, he's not a critic. He's not. Skip Bayless could be. He's a critic. He's a commentator, right? So Stephen A. Smith. No, Chris Broussard is supposed to be a journalist. That's why they put him on the air, right? Supposedly. But when you keep throwing out BS, and this was huge amounts of BS. I mean, he really got his hand caught in the cookie jar with this one. And I wasn't a big Kawhi Leonard fan before, but I kind of am now. And look, I know I'm giving Chris Broussard a lot of hell. To tell you the truth, I'm kind of a fan because I know a lot of this is BS, you know. But I like to talk sports. I like to argue with people that I work with, people in my family, you know, the precious few that are into sports like I am. Chris Broussard, he's actually good on TV. He's got a good personality. He doesn't come across as someone who's so full of himself like Jalen Rose. I'm not a fan of that dude. That dude's an asshat of the highest order. Can't stand him. And not near as smart as he thinks he is. But Chris Broussard at least comes across as someone who's a little personable. Sure, he's a big LeBron fanboy, but a ton of people are. Who knows, you know? Maybe after this, Chris Broussard will learn to do things a little differently. Maybe.
It's incredibly close between the Clippers and the Lakers.
Never mind. Close. One team's got two people. The other, and a bunch of has-beens. The other team has got the best bench that the NBA, you know, historically one of the best benches ever. And legit starters in this league. And then they just added two superstars to that mix. They're close. Why? Because LeBron didn't even make the damn playoffs last year. The Clippers made the playoffs with like no superstars. Made the playoffs. Okay, well, you know, maybe he's not going to learn. I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't. He'll keep me watching that kind of crap. And speaking of crap, thanks for watching this crap. I'll be back with some other crap at some other point in time. Bye.